Kayaknya jadi mereka nggak usah pakai ngomong kayak biasa. Wait, I miss.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give applause for our MC for today.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Real Stage 40.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Yamin.
And I'm Lieutenant Colonel Michaela. We will be the MCs of today's Real Stage, who will accompany you throughout the session.
Before we officially start the session, for those who don't know, let me introduce to you what real stage is. The real stage is a level up test where trainees from junior and young will be delivering the speeches that they have prepared. In order to join real stage, trainees must complete their life project and their speaking project.
We also have another test known as the written post test, which will be used to measure your knowledge about public speaking theories, what you should and shouldn't do, and etc. And this real stage is going to be an exciting one, as I can see so many wonderful speakers in this room.
Now, let's introduce our judges for today and ask them to give some encouraging words to our participants. Our first judge is a public speaking trainer. Give a big round of applause for Miss Devina.
Thank you very much, Kamil. Hello, everyone. I am Miss Devina. First of all, there are several trainees that I've seen before, entered the class before, and some I haven't seen before. But for today, I'm sure that you have already prepared the best. And not only preparing for the best, one thing that you need to remember is in real stage, you also need to give your best. Because by giving your best, you will be able to feel no regret after this. So that's for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Devina. I believe that the words are well received. Our second judge is also a great public speaking trainer. Let's give a big round of applause to Miss Angelica.
Thank you so much, our amazing MCs. Good morning, trainees and also parents. I'm Miss Angelica. For all of the trainees who are participating in the real stage today, I can only say that you have already learned a lot in the class, right? And today is your opportunity to show and apply what you have learned in class. Okay, so think about how you can do your best. If not 100%, then make it 101% today. Right? Looking forward to that. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you, Miss Angelica, for the supporting message. And now is the time for the written post test, where you will be given a few questions to test your knowledge about the things you have learned in the class.
The materials are all from the input sessions that you have learned in the class. And trust me, as long as you pay attention in class, I bet that you can answer all the questions easily. So participants, please step outside to take the test. Good luck.
Okay, let's go. Participants, follow the story up. We go to the class floor.
So we wait and then we go to no. Which one? We have to
Baik, kalau sembari anak-anak ujian ya. Jadi ujian ini adalah posisi tugas dan nanti soalnya akan berbeda-beda setiap kali anak-anak level. Jadi disesuaikan dengan pembelajaran di kelas untuk memastikan bahwa mereka memiliki dasar-dasar teori dan public speaking. Nah, selain itu, hari ini juga saya melihat ada beberapa anak yang dari level, dari sarjana level, di mana saya yakin Bapak Mama sudah meluangkan waktu hari ini juga melihat performance ya dari anak-anak kita bersama. Nah, untuk hasil dari research hari ini nantinya itu akan di-email ke email Bapak Mama dalam lebih kurang 3 hari kerja. Jadi nantinya skornya itu akan didapatkan beserta juga komentar dari judges beserta nilai A, B, C di dalam hasil real stage report tersebut. Nah, selain dari itu saya juga ingin menyampaikan bahwa anak-anak yang tampil hari ini sebagai MC maupun speaker adalah semuanya mereka juga sedang melalui tantangan mereka masing-masing. Sehingga ketika anak-anak level 3 atau kita sebut alternate level, maka mereka akan mendapat kesempatan untuk tampil salah satunya berada di stage sebagai MC. Jadi MC kita yang tampil hari ini adalah juga mereka sebenarnya sedang melalui sebuah tes, sebuah challenge yang dikenal oleh SNL. Karena saya yakin tidak mudah untuk bisa berdiri di tatapan mata itu memang sebenarnya gampang. Tapi bagaimana dengan orang-orang tua yang sedang duduk dan seluruh pasang mata sedang melihat ke mereka? Dulu waktu saya usia mereka SD, SMP, saya bertanya kembali. Sehingga saya sangat bersyukur, kami dari sekolah juga sangat bersyukur Papa Mama memberikan kesempatan kepada anak Papa Mama untuk mengembangkan kemampuan mereka untuk mengeksplor. Karena hal ini kan bukan hal yang ibaratnya dipelajari secara rutin, secara pasti di sekolah. Sehingga adanya kesempatan-kesempatan ini akan menjadikan kesempatan berharga bagi anak-anak untuk mengeksplor diri mereka di luar dari sekolah. Selain dari itu, sambil dengan anak-anak sedang ujian, misal tesnya itu lebih kurang 5-10 menit. Apakah ada dari Papa Mama yang memiliki pertanyaan-pertanyaan tentang programnya yang lebih lanjut seperti bagaimana atau lainnya? Jadi saya hari ini, kebetulan saya salah satu seorang senior trainer di SNL1. I've been here sudah dari SNL1 since 2018. Ya, jadi jika misalnya kalau mau memiliki pertanyaan, kalau misalnya anak saya naik ke level 3, level 4, apa sih benefitnya buat mereka? Apa sih perbedaannya dengan ketika mereka di level 1? Seperti misalnya kita mau makan kue, otomatis kita persiapkan dulu nih telurnya, terigu, dan lain-lain. Kalau kita ingin membuat kue yang lebih premium, berarti bahan-bahannya lebih premium. Ketika kita mempersiapkan tepung, telur, dan lain-lain, tepung tidak boleh kena air. Ketika di mix juga tidak boleh berlebihan supaya nggak bantet kuenya ya, salah-salah jadi brownies gitu dikit lagi. Nah, ketika itu adalah proses dari private menuju sarjan. Persiapan. Ketika anak sudah masuk ke level sarjan, maka kesempatan mereka untuk tampil lebih banyak lagi di publik itu akan semakin luas. Selain dari itu, persiapan dari mereka untuk menjadi sebuah tim yang matang itu semakin dibentuk, sehingga ada anak yang menunjukkan perbedaan yang banyak, menunjukkan perbedaan ketika mereka dari level 1 ke level 2. Secara tidak langsung, mereka juga sebenarnya sedang menambahkan rasa percaya diri dalam diri mereka. Mama-mama di sini ada yang sering buat kue? Suka makan kue? Saya suka, soalnya saya nggak pandai buat kue, saya suka makan kue. Nah, jadi habis itu dari level 2 ke level 3 itu adalah proses baking. Masuk ke oven. Suhu yang tidak pas, kuenya bisa gosong. Terlalu tinggi bisa gosong, terlalu rendah nggak jadi juga, suhunya harus pas. Nah, makanya kenapa dari level 2 ke level 3 anak-anak itu akan memiliki topik-topik tertentu di dalam stage. Biasanya di sini mereka akan mulai, nah kok topiknya makin susah. Di level 1 saya bisa ngomong tentang apa saja. Level 2 kenapa harus bikin slide, kenapa harus mastering storytelling, kenapa saya harus bisa bikin speech yang bisa menyampaikan rasa demonstrasi, kenapa saya harus bisa menceritakan tentang sejarah. Itu adalah eksplorasi dari public speaking. Sehingga kalau misalnya nih ada mama yang komplain, aduh kok susah banget ya, that's the part of the progress. Karena kalau misalnya topiknya sama dengan level 1, gimana mereka bisa belajar lebih lanjut. Masuk ke level 3 mama, salah satu tantangan yang bisa didapatkan itu adalah akan berdiri di panggung apapun itu. Dan anak yang sudah pernah tampil bukan tidak mungkin akan tampil lagi. Karena biasanya kami juga memberikan open slot lot. Salah satunya adalah di annual event SMA 1, yaitu SMA 1 Report. Selain itu juga di level 3, anak-anak juga sudah lebih matang nih. Backingnya kan sedang di backing nih kan. Nah, saat sedang di backing, masuk ke level 3, mereka belajar banyak hal yang lebih lagi. Salah satunya adalah kemampuan untuk menyampaikan permintaan maaf di publik. Jadi mereka kan berperan sebagai salah satu misalnya PR perusahaan untuk menyampaikan apology. Atau misalnya seseorang mewakili keluarga menyampaikan komplain secara resmi. Bayangkan anak-anak SD, SMP bukan dari hal tersebut. Saya SD, SMP nggak ada pasnya kayak gitu. Nah, dan akan berlanjut sampai mereka belajar untuk mempromosikan produk secara keren. Tapi itu dari proyek-proyek akhir. Dan ketika mereka akan naik ke level 4, level awal, lebih jauh lagi mereka akan belajar tentang bagaimana mengundang narasumber, mereka akan belajar bagaimana melakukan live di sosial media, mereka akan belajar bagaimana menggunakan podcast. Sampai ke bagaimana mereka bisa lebih pede ketika mereka harus tiba-tiba tampil di depan umum. Dan kesempatan untuk tampil di depan umum, misalnya seperti MC, moderator, dan lain sebagainya di publik, itu biasanya tetap kami open volunteer bagi yang berminat dan yang waktunya cocok dapat disesuaikan. Itu akan terus kami share di dalam grup WhatsApp. Jadi mama boleh terus memperhatikan di grup WhatsApp supaya update-update seperti itu tetap dapat diikuti. Dan tidak usah khawatir karena setiap kali akan tampil di publik, anak-anak juga terus akan kami berikan coaching. Pelatihan sebelum tampil, jadi nggak langsung dilempar. Karena belajar berenang juga perlu berenang kan. Nah, dari level apa masuk ke level 5 apa mama? Backingnya sudah selesai. Sekarang tinggal menghias. Hiasannya seperti apa? Apakah dengan blueberry, apakah dengan strawberry, atau apakah dengan fondant, icing dan lain sebagainya, krim-krim yang menjadi favorit. Nah, itu sudah anak-anak sudah mulai mendapatkan style speech mereka sendiri. Ketika di awal menyesuaikan dengan trainer, ketika masuk ke level 5, level 6, mereka sudah akan mendapatkan speech style speech delivery mereka sendiri. Sehingga ketika misalnya papa mama melihat anak-anak masuk di level 5, mereka punya gayanya masing-masing. And it's super okay. Karena dia sama kami percaya bahwa semua anak adalah anak-anak yang unik dan mereka punya talenta mereka sendiri. Ada yang anak sangat jago di storytelling. Ada anak yang sudah sampai level 5, storytellingnya ya oke, tapi MC skillnya saya belum bisa dengan orang dewasa. Jadi di sana, di level 5, mereka sudah mulai menemukan eksplorasi, oh saya lebih suka di sini, saya suka di sini, saya suka di sini. Makanya kenapa di level 5 dan level 6, speech topic itu sudah menjadi berbeda dari level 1 sampai dengan level 4. Bahkan di level 5, anak-anak juga harus belajar untuk memimpin diskusi di dalam kelas. Anak-anak juga belajar untuk bagaimana mereka bisa menjadi seorang guest speaker. Jadi kalau teman kelas sebelumnya jadi moderator, sekarang udah jadi guest speaker yang harus berbicara 25 menit di dalam kelas. Ketika level 5 mereka menemukan style delivery mereka sendiri, masuk ke level 6 papa mama yang tadinya masih finishing, sekarang udah siap dimasukin ke dalam kotak. Masuk ke dalam kotak untuk di show ke orang banyak. Jadi kalau misalnya lewat toko kue, banyak kan kue-kue yang di show, pasti ada satu yang jadi spotlight dari toko tersebut. Nah, di level 6, kami sudah merancang anak-anak menjadi spotlight. Sehingga ketika mereka harus maju, mereka tidak ada takut lagi, mereka tidak ada gentar lagi. Walaupun nervous pasti masih tetap ada. Itu hal yang wajar. Tapi di level 5, level 6, mereka sudah bisa mengubah rasa cemas, rasa nervous tersebut menjadi hal yang mendorong mereka untuk mempersiapkan diri dalam, mendorong mereka untuk mempersiapkan diri latihan lebih banyak lagi. Maka disuruh-suruh seperti yang level sebelumnya. Dan di level 6, bukan hanya skill lagi, tapi juga bagaimana mereka meningkatkan empati mereka. Salah satunya adalah dengan menjadi asisten di dalam kelas. Dan juga wajib menjadi MC di salah satu public event dan dibayar. Sehingga mereka akan belajar bahwa ternyata skill ini adalah skill yang memiliki value. Yang mungkin awalnya dipaksa, terus ketika, dan saya sudah banyak bertemu yang awalnya dipaksa, aku nggak mau sampai sekarang, anaknya sendiri di level 5, ya udah nggak usah ngajar saya. Enggak, saya selesaikan dulu sampai general. Alasannya kenapa? Karena anak tersebut sudah tahu value yang dimiliki ketika dia bisa menguasai public speaking. Maka dari itu, saya juga berterima kasih untuk support dari beberapa orang yang selama ini. Dan jika memungkinkan, jika waktunya cocok dan jika papa mama ingin anak untuk terus maju berkembang dan eksplor, dukung mereka sampai level general. Saya yakin papa mama bisa nostalgia ketika pertama masuk SMA 1 seperti begini ya. Setelah 6 level, perubahan itu pasti terasa. Dan untuk testimoni ini juga kami juga sudah mendapatkan beberapa testimoni dari orang tua yang anaknya baru saja tamat tahun ini ada 4 anak. Akan segera di-share juga di dalam buku pasang sehingga papa mama juga bisa mengetahui lebih banyak lagi tentang apa sih sebenarnya yang bisa didapatkan di SMA. Okay, welcome back. MC, are you ready? Terima kasih Bapak Mama dan anak-anak sudah kembali ke ruangan. Sekarang mari kita sama kembali MC kita dengan tepuk tangannya luar biasa.
So everyone, how was the test? It sure has to be very easy, and I believe all of you did great on the test. And now it's the moment that you have been preparing for. Let us first explain some of the rules of the real stage.
First, please keep all your phones in silent during the session so that the speakers can speak smoothly without any distraction.
Second, please don't go in or out of the room while a speaker is speaking. This could distract a speaker and lose their focus.
Third, no littering around the class. Treat SML After each speaker finishes their speech, judges will give evaluations and comments to the speaker. For the audiences, you can also give feedback as well by accessing this form within the link shown here.
Now, allow us to explain the time limits. For private, you can talk about any topic for 5 to 7 minutes. In 5 minutes, the green light will be shown. In 6 minutes, the yellow light will be shown. And in 7 minutes, red will be shown.
For surgeons, you can deliver a speech with the usage of PowerPoint, music, or property for 5 to 7 minutes. When it is 5 minutes, the timer will turn on the green light. When it is 6 minutes, the timer will turn on the yellow light. And when it is 7 minutes, the timer will turn on the red light.
For Lieutenant Colonel, you can deliver a speech of selling a product for 8 to 7 minutes each. In 8 minutes, our timer will turn on the green light, and in 9 minutes, they will turn on the yellow light, and in 10 minutes, they will turn on the red light.
For Colonel, you can deliver a persuasive speech with the time limits of 5 to 7 minutes. When it is 5 minutes, the timer will turn on the green light. When it is 6 minutes, the timer will turn on the yellow light. And when it is 7 minutes, the timer will turn on the red light.
And after you finish your speech, remember to ring the bell and everyone will say, "That was easy."
So, participants, treat this as a reminder to pay attention to the time limits, just like what we learned in class. If the time limit is too short, then the speech will be meaningless. And if the time limit is too long, the speech could get bored. So, select your words and pace in the speech with precision.
Now, let's start our real stage. And let us call our first speaker of today. The first speaker is Carlson Simon. Let us call Simon.
Carlson Simon, happiness, happiness, Carlson Simon. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Hello everybody, are you guys feeling happy today?
Yes.
If you guys aren't feeling happy today, I will show you 3 tips to make you feel happy. Firstly, we will talk why happy is important. Happy is important because if we are happy, we will have meaning to our life. So if our life have no meaning, our life will be boring. So let's go to the tip. The first tip is meditation. Meditation can make you happy because when you feel stressed, when you meditate, it will make you feel calmer and less hateful for other people. Secondly, create a friend. If you don't have any friend, you should create one to make you happy. Because if you have a friend, you can talk to them anywhere, anytime. So you have your own therapy without going to the therapy itself. Thirdly, we can exercise. The endorphins that can make you happy. Exercise really can release the endorphins that can make you happy. And then I will tell you a story about the sad man. One day, there is a man named John. John was very sad. In school, he had no friends. The family always argued. But one day, it is his worst day because in that day the family broke up. They get divorced, and neither of them want to take care of John. So John go to the street. In the street, John always begging for money for years and years. Till one day, he saw another beggar which is very, very happy. He don't know why. So he walked to the beggar. He walked slowly because he was hungry. He hadn't eaten like a week before. And then he asked the beggar, how are you feeling happy when our life is hard? We smell smoke every day. Our life is dangerous. We can get crushed by a car. And the beggar replied, that's easy. We can just create friends, exercise a lot, and meditate. Don't feel confused. He said, how can you create friends? The beggar replied, I have a friend that is also another beggar like me. So I can make friends. Then John asked, how does exercise make you happy? The beggar replied, there is one man. One day I also saw a man walking very happily. I asked him why is he feeling happy. He said that he exercised a lot. He, he asked why, how about exercise can make him happy. He replied by searching Google. Even though when he don't have any phone, he asked the man to borrow his phone and then he searched in Google. Then the Google said that exercise can release endorphins that can make you happy. So I exercise a lot to make myself happy. And then John said, how would meditate make you happy? You know that life is hard. The beggar, like you feel like you hate yourself and hate everything. I tried meditating and it's actually worked. So John tried those 3 steps and he finally became a happy beggar. The conclusion is if you want to be happy, you can exercise, making friends, and meditate. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, thank you for your amazing speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome our judge, Miss Devina.
Hi, Carlton. This when I saw you on the stage, I was wondering what is the speech that you are going to share. Yeah, and apparently something that is very connected with me and Miss Angelica. We both love to be happy all the time. And then the first thing, what I like from your speech is you are able to use hand gestures very well. Although I know maybe in your heart you have a inside. So yeah, first good thing is you know on how to stay calm because your voice does not sound tremble, shaking at all. The second is you are able to use your hand gesture a lot. So you're showing one day when John, that was nice. And how you say that happy, release, you are able to use your hand very well in carrying out your speech. And then also put a plot twist such as search Google, and that is very related to me. When you were telling about another story, so the first is what telling about happiness and how can we get that, and then there's a story about John, right? So if you can try to move your body or move your legs a moment, so you're standing here, so this is one story of John. So when you move one step, that means you are getting another spot for this job. And when you want to come back to the very end, then you can go back to your own position, and then you can say, maybe if you want to be happy, search Google. Alright, so for Carlson, because the next challenge in subject level, the first one will be storytelling, and you grasp 80% of it already. The next will be on how you wrap the closing well and how you can move to show people a more dramatic story or a more engaging story. But overall, for this one, very well done performance. Well done, Carlson. So you can ring the bell, Carlson. Oh.
That was easy.
Thank you very much, Miss Devina. I believe the feedback are well received. Now, let's have 1 minute silence so that the parents can give feedback to the speaker to improve more.
Jangan gerak, jangan gerak kemana-mana, jangan gerak kemana-mana. Nggak ada suara.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Winfrey. Let's welcome Charlie Simon. Charlie Simon, why you should not give up? Why you should not give up? Charlie Simon, your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
So today I will tell you why should I give up. So I thought I would never compromise. The Bruno was so small. He wanted to be a singer so bad. His family understand it. So a couple years later, he went to America to do the song. After one song, the first song, he had a big fail. So he decided to go back home. But his parents said, you should not give up. So he tried again and he didn't do it. So they immediately want to study it. He become a doctor or engineers. He can go to college. They encouraged it to study for something. But But study from the book, that your old book or Google or YouTube.
Di sana. Kursornya di sana.
Second,
Kursornya di
if
sana.
you see on Google, you write it or you have one book, you write the important thing at that. To read that, you can read as so if you become something you can read you do that. Or the second one, if you want to become a singer, dancer, you can some ask somebody for some tuition like that. So it can teach you how to sing, dance, or anything else. Third, imagine you have one day to study. You just come back home, you have sticky note, you write three circles. First, you study at home for 5 minutes or any time, at least 1 minute. Second, you write the second circle, you do it in the evening. For there is more than 1 minute, same. And the third, still the same, still at 1 minute. So if you if you do that, you will get you have time to study, and do not say you have no time to study at all. Although you have time, don't be lazy also. So I will give you something. I give the second time. Don't hear from other people. Don't hear something bad from other people. Other people don't know. Imagine your class. Let's say that you want to be a painter, but you not at paint. So you like you feel you want to give up. So just do not give up. You just try to paint. You watch YouTube, see from a book if you can, or Google, or your friend can teach you. If you, every day you also need to use sticky note. So one per week you do it. You do it the Monday every day. So you have seven days. So you put seven circle in each. If you have small sticky note, it's okay. It's just tiny. If you done it, you just color it or you stick it across it. You can put mark also. So if you done it, you can become anything you want. So if you just go somewhere like the street to get money, or you go to show someone, you will get money also. Or you show it muji approach, you already finished. And the third and the third, people don't know what you become in the future also. So if if your friend is here to support you, just 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 let him support. Or you can do it by yourself. Just ask for your friends. Like you want to blow up your looks. You can by practicing makeup what you want to be pretty. So you put makeup, something like that you can practice makeup. Or you want to be a doctor something, but your friend said cannot do doctor because you don't know science or what. So first thing you should do is you go to the college and go there to ask to become doctor. After you go to a nurse school, after you go to a nurse school, and you can become a nurse already. You can become the doctor if you did really well. You can ask on YouTube if you want to learn more. And this almost my time. So I will say the code. The code is don't listen to people. People don't know you. People don't know what you become in the future. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Wow, thank you for your inspiring speech.
Sherwin or Sherwin? Sherwin. Okay. How do you feel now? Fresh? Just now it was not fresh? Nervous. Okay. Alright, it's normal for us to feel nervous, especially because we are still human, right? It means our heart is still working well. Okay, Sherwin, I love your topic because you tell us about why we should not give up. And I think inside of your speech, you also share a lot of tips about how to study well, right? And how to not give up because of other people. And this is something that a lot of your friends here might need to hear because all of us, most of us, we are still studying, most of us, we are also still students, right? And I also love the way you dress today. I think it's very professional, especially knowing that you are on the real estate today. And I love how you share to the very practical tips about studying. For example, when you start about using sticky notes daily, I think this is something that's very interesting to know about. Now, for Shelly, I would love to know, before the real estate, did you make a speech draft? Not really. So how did you build your speech content?
I just tried to do it. So I tried to get a speech. Then I didn't practice when I was cannot sleep. So I just tried to
Okay, so you practice and it makes you cannot sleep, okay? All right, Charlene, I know that you have a lot of things to share in your mind, right? You have a lot of tips that you want to share. But sometimes, let me give you a tip. When we have a lot of things that we want to share, it will help you to make a speech draft by writing it down so that you can know what you want to share and what are the stories or probably the explanation that you need for each of those tips. And by doing those speech draft, actually it can help you to have a more structured speech. So for example, just now, you start with a story, right, about Bruno, right? And then after that, you give out a lot of tips. Okay, so actually what you can do is you can start with the basic speech structure, which is the opening, body, and closing. So the opening is why we should not give up. Probably you have some concern that you see a lot of your friends are giving up, or how, or do you see any some famous person give up? And then you can go to the story of Bruno. And then after that, you can give us the tips, but try to pick only top three so that we are not overwhelmed with all those information. So pick top three, but explain it in details. So each of the tips explain it how and why we should do it. And then you can close it with the closing with the quotes that you have prepared for. This way, it will help us to follow your speech content even better and easier. Get it, Sharon? Okay. So good job for today, Shirley. I hope in the future you can start to practice making speech draft by writing it down and practice the way you build the speech content. Okay? All right, good job.
That was easy. Thank you very much. I believe the feedback is so well received. Now let's have 1 minute of silence. So, our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more.
Our next speaker is someone from the class of Winfrey. Let's welcome Jacqueline. Jacqueline, bullying, Jacqueline. The stage is yours. Good luck. Raise your hand if you ever wondered what are the effects of bullying. Okay, you may lower down your hands. So I think everyone here knows what I am going to talk about today. So today I'm going to be talking about bullying. Bullying victims often feel unsafe in environments where bullying occurs. Bullying victims often will experience depression and anxiety, increased feelings of loneliness and sadness, changes in eating and sleeping patterns, and lastly, losing interest in activities they used to enjoy. Bullying can also cause self-harm damage to our self-esteem, and children and teenagers who are bullied are at increased risk of academic problems, substance use, and violence later in life. As you all may know, bullying can cause anxiety, and anxiety can cause our brain to go to flight or fight more often, causing them to be more fearful to things they may not have experienced yet. And I think everyone here is wondering on why does bullying pick on others? Is because they want to dominate, or is because they want to improve their social status? Bullying often pick individuals who appear vulnerable or react strongly to their behavior. And people are bullied for tons of reasons. Maybe they're bullied because they are different, or because they are clever, or because they are popular. It also can be caused by difference in race, sexuality, religion, weight, height, disabilities or abilities, or anything that creates a difference between one and another person. And I'm going to tell about a story about this girl named Aubrey Wyatt. Aubrey Wyatt is a kind girl who endured bullying from grade 5 to grade 8, and she has been in a lot of therapy and was on the wait list when her mother found her dead on her bedroom on September 4, 2023 in Mississippi, United States of America. She died at the age of 13, and that's a pretty young age to pass away. And everyone here may be wondering on how to mentally deal with a bully. You can first talk to a trusted adult. 2. Ignore the bully and walk away. 3. Walk tall and heads up high. 4. Don't get physical. 5. Practice confidence. 6. Talk to the bully. 7. Tell a friend. And 8. Find true friends. There are also types of bullying, which is 1. Verbal bullying. Verbal bullying includes name calling, hurtful teasing, racist comments, threatening someone, or sexual harassment. 2. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying includes use of cell phones, emails, or social media to harass, embarrass, threaten, socially exclude, or damage reputation or friendship. 3. Physical bullying. Physical bullying includes spitting, hitting, shoving, kicking, stealing, or damaging properties. At the end, I just hope bullying will end soon. This will be the end of my speech. Thank you. And and I and I hope everybody knows to not bully anybody. Thank you.
Wow, thank you for your amazing speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's welcome Miss Darina.
Thank you, Yami. Now, Jacqueline. I know what you're worried about. Don't worry. So this has been a very nice performance, especially talking about bullying. This is one of the speech I heard about bullying that shared about this problem. Because mostly they no, telling about verbal bullying, the physical bullying else. I share about the story, which makes this another step of speech. Now, the thing that you did at the very first is pay attention to your outfit, which is very nice. You look very proper, professional. And you know what? When I was standing up and share about bullying, I was thinking, oh wow, she looks really like an ambassador of the Duta anti-bullying, okay? Yeah. And after that, you go with asking question. That was a very powerful thing. Where after you share question, you can go with what you want to share. So, although we can guess what you're going to share about, but we will never know what's inside your speech. Right? So you can actually remove the sentence of so I'm sure that you might have already known what you're going to speak about. We can guess, but we don't know. Maybe it's only you and your coach and maybe your parents, okay? Then the next is the details of the feeling of a bullying victim. That was very real, very detailed, very specific, and especially you know on how to use the intonation, especially the pause. When you said that was a pretty young age to pass away. That gets me to yes. So that was a very good thing. Keep that up because when you are able to use pause properly, that moment you will be able to become a very good speaker because you know on when to let your audience digest or to listen and to think, respond to your speech. Now for the very last one, as you can try to add up one thing, but when you are sharing about X6, you can compile it to top 3. So you can say there are 8 points, but in this speech I want to compile, I want to say my top 3 if you become a victim, the bullying victim, okay? Why? Because in that 3, you can share something even deeper. And that is what can make your speech even more engaging because it is something that can listen to more or deeper details. But overall, for a bullying topic, you share a lot of powerful information. Well done, Jeffrey. And everybody, let's give applause for Jeffrey.
That was easy.
Thank you, Miss Devina. I believe that the words are all well received. Now, let's have 1 minute silence so that the parents can give feedback to the speaker. is from the class of Da Vinci. Let's welcome Sergeant Aubrey. Aubrey, social media, Aubrey. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Who spends at least 4 hours a day scrolling on social media here? Please raise your hand. Good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about something that is everywhere in our lives, social media. From the moment we wake up and go to bed, social media is just one tap away. It's changed the way we communicate, socialize, and even see the world. But like most powerful tools, social media has both benefits and consequences. Let's start with the positive effects. Social media has made the world seem smaller and even more connected. We can now stay in touch with family members, relatives, partners, and friends from around the globe, across the globe, share memories in real time, and be part of amazing communities. Whether it's a support group of your favorite idols or a cooking class, these online spaces offer connection, friendship, and even support. It is also an incredible platform to raise awareness and change. Social media movements like BLM or Black Lives Matter gain momentum through social media, raising awareness and change. It also helps pushes important issues to the spotlight and gives a voice to millions struggling with stuff like these. Even in disasters, social media becomes lifeline emergency for updates, missing person alerts, and organizing relief efforts. Creativity are also found. Artists, creators, writers, and many more can now showcase their work online. However, there are also lots of negative impacts of social media. Sometimes we might compare ourselves to people we see online. People only post the best parts of their life when they are in an exciting vacation or eating out with friends or doing something exciting or going fine dining. We might feel like, oh, our life is so boring. It's not as exciting as theirs. Why do we have to stay at home all day? Even though that's not true. Everyone has ups and downs. They just don't post it online. Let's check our screen time together. My screen time is 1 hour and 46 minutes, while my friend's screen time is 5 hours and 3 minutes. He spends time mostly on apps like TikTok, WhatsApp, like social media in general. So spending too much time on applications like this can take away our precious time from doing important stuff like studying, taking a shower, or spending time with friends, organizing room, or just simply relaxing. It can affect how we feel about ourselves and our sleep. So when I was 12, me and my friend will sleep call every night. So sleep call is like when you call while sleeping. But instead of sleeping, me and my friends, we turned our rooms into like a karaoke machine, I guess. We started singing all night, and then I kept doing like backflips, handstands in my room. That's why my room was like very noisy at night. So there was this one time we had an exam. It was a very important exam. It was US. So instead of
revising, or going to bed early. Me and my friends stayed up late together, watching movies and staying together. So the next day, we stayed up late until like 3:35 a.m. I guess. So the next day, me and my friend, we had an exam, right? I was super tired. I did not want to do that exam. So when I was doing my exam, I only answered the page like halfway and then I fell asleep. So I got like around 60 or 50 in my index. That is how addicting social media can be. Social media is a silent addiction. No needles, no medicine, just endless scrolling when life passes by. We're like zombies. Zombies with Wi-Fi. Instead of craving for brain, we crave for likes, followers. Social media did not change us. It devoured us. It's okay to own technology, but it is not okay to be owned by technology. And let's not forget, not everything we see online is true. Some videos or posts might just be shared for attention. So believe it or not, I almost gave my address to a random stranger online since they told me that I won a Labubu giveaway. So the Labubu craze was very wild and I really wanted one. So I almost gave them my address. But good thing I didn't. So what should we do? How do we prevent that from happening to us? We can still use social media, but we need to remember to use it wisely. Talk to someone if something online is making you upset. And remember to always be respectful both offline and online. At the end of the day, social media is just a tool. And like any other tool, it works best when we use it the right way. I'm Surgeon Aubrey, thank you for listening.
Wow, thank you for your amazing speech. Now let's have one of our judges here to give feedback. Let's us welcome Miss Angelica.
Okay. Thank you, MC. Okay, Aubrey, right? I am actually amazed at how you were able to bring up this topic in such a smooth way. It felt not like an information, but it felt like a storytelling to me. And I love your choice of words. I think you are very genius in terms of choosing beautiful phrase and beautiful words. For example, social media is just one tap away. Social media is science addiction. I think those are very beautiful, but at the same time, it hits us. The message is there. So good job on that. And in terms of your slides, I love your slides. I think it was exactly how we are supposed to build slides because there was minimal tests, but you focus more on the images. Okay, so that was perfect. And in fact, when I look at your slides just now, because there was not a lot of text, right? And it actually aroused my curiosity. Oh, okay, this picture, what does it mean? And it makes me want to listen to you even more. So the slide doesn't steal your highlights. So good job on that. Now, okay, so for Aubrey, you are not very genius in wrapping your topic and your speech content, right? Now it's time to add more glitter in the way you share us the information. Okay, so just now I noticed that you were standing only on one side of the stage. So next, with your wonderful content, next you can try to explore more on the way you share it. So for example, you can actually move around the stage. For example, when you tell us about the negative impact of social media, you can go to one side, for example, on the left. And then on the positive impact, you can move to the right side. This will help the audience to visualize better. Oh, okay, so this is talking about negative. This is talking about positive. And then when you want to tell us the main message, you can go back to the center of the stage. Okay, and you can also start to try practicing in front of the mirror to be more aware of the way you move your hand. So just now, I noticed a little bit of unintentional movements. So this is something that you can be aware of once you start looking at yourself in front of the mirror. Because sometimes we don't realize that, right? Yeah, so I think it was wonderful just how next time, I believe you are going to be even more wonderful by adding more spark of glitter in the way you do them. Okay, good job. I love it. Okay.
Ring the bell, please.
That was easy. Thank you, Miss Angelica. I believe all the words are well received. Now, let's have 1 minute silence so that our parents and audiences can give feedback.
Adeline, it's Adeline.
Our next speaker is someone who is going to bring a folklore. And from the class of Da Vinci, let's welcome Sir Adeline Enzo. Adeline, Malikunda, Adeline. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Have you ever heard the story about Malikunda? Today I'm going to tell you the story of Malikunda. There is a boy named Malikunda. He lived with his mother on a beach near the seaside. One day, Malikunda saw a boat. So he asked his mother and begged him to go to the city. But his mother said no. After Malikundang's mother think about it, Malikundang said to his son, "You have to remember me and your other friends." Before Malikundang go to the city, Malikundang mom gave him a box of rice for his meal. And then Malikundang go to the city. Day by day, every morning, Malikundang mom look at the city, at the sea, waiting for Malikundang go home. She was worried about Malikundang's safety. The other villagers say he will never come back. But Malikundang mom still hoped for him to come back and still has wish for him to go back to safety. Several years later, Malikundang came back, but he was a grown man with his wife. And then they saw the luxurious boat. Everyone was curious. So Malikundang stepped into the fishing village. And then when Malikundang mom go to the boat and then she saw a familiar face. It was his long lost son. So Malikundang mom tied him up, tied him tightly, and then Malikundang pushed her away. And then his wife looked down at Malikundang mom. Say, who is this woman to you? Malikundang, afraid that his wife will look down at him when he said that was his mother. So Malikundang said, I don't know. And then said to his mother, you are a poor, filthy woman. How dare you go near me? Malikundang's mom cried and then go back to her house, saying, God, please punish my son's behavior. And then thunder struck to Malikundang boat. Everyone rushed back to their houses. Meanwhile, Malikundang still outside. The next morning, Malikundang was turned into a stone in a kneeling position. The moral of the story is, be grateful to your mother and your father if they never got married. How can we still be here? Thank you for listening to the story. And does anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you for listening to us.
Wow, what an inspiring speech, Adeline. Now, let's have one of our judges to give evaluations. Let's give a big round of applause to Miss Stefina.
First of all, how long do you think this speech will practice? 2 days. Okay. Another question. Are you satisfied with your performance today? Can you tell me why? You don't know what you don't that you're not satisfied. Okay. So Adeline, right? Yeah. First thing, Adeline. Adeline. Whatever. Okay. So first thing, Adeline, you did a choice using music in your speech, whereas a sergeant usually most trainees will prefer using props or slides because it will be easier for them. You know what is the difficulties in using music? First, you need to be able to match the whole story with the music, especially that thunder part. Because if you miss one part, then the thunder may come when Malikundang just arrived in the city. So you did it very well because the thunder came up when the mother started praying. That's when I decided that this is still okay. Because why? Do you remember the first project when you're in sergeant level? It's storytelling. And the essence of storytelling is not just deliver the story, but to make sure the audience get what you are showing. By standing just in one spot, you actually are not showing the characters of Malikundang, the mother, or the other character. Those two are the most important, right? By standing just in one spot, it actually shows that, okay, so who is this now? Who is this now? First, I really appreciate when you did preparation for this just 2 minutes. But able to match on the story with the music shows that you really do practice within those 2 days. And that is the thing that I appreciate. Whereas when you reach the lieutenant colonel level, I want you to pay attention to first, it's okay to move more. Because when you're just standing in one spot, that's when your nervous comes out. Because you don't know, because you cannot, release the nervousness by moving.
That's why we always suggest trainees or students to move around to reduce your nervousness. This is the reason why. So it's not like you need to move here, you need to move there without reason. That is to help you to release the nervousness. Imagine if you're standing just in one spot, you need to deliver to say something within 5 to 7 minutes, not moving at all. The nervous stays inside you. But then when you move, it release. Okay? So that's the first thing you need to remember very well. The next is, this is a storytelling, so using transitions such as several years later, you can move like 2 to 3 steps to show that this is the several years later, not the current moment. And then when you say, oh God, please make my son into, okay? I have a son, so I will not be saying, I will not be saying that sentence. Okay, but then you need to make it more dramatic. Otherwise, you will just say one thing as other people. Alright, so 2 things you need to remember if you are going to the lieutenant colonel level. First, what? Move. It's okay to move. Because when you are doing this gesture, it shows that you are not yet confident. Confidence can be fake. You fake it until you make it. If you're not confident yet, then it's okay. Fake your confidence first. One moment you will realize that the confidence is there already within you. Because practice, if you make every single practice and every single speech counts, you will improve. But if you just letting it easy in every single speech, then your improvement will not be as fast as when you take it seriously. So I believe you actually have a very nice voice, and the way you tell story is all crystal clear. The voice is very clear. The thing is on delivery. Okay, move more, hands, legs, release the nervousness, just release it to the audience. So we share nervousness. Okay? Overall, that is all from me. Move, move. Okay. Thank you so much, Adeline, for the story of Maling Kundang. You may ring the bell.
That was easy.
Thank you very much, Miss Angelica. I believe the feedback is well received. Now let's have 1 minute of silence. So, our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more.
know what animal this is? Dragon. Yes, a blue dragon. Do you know what animal this animal represents?
No.
This country, what country this animal represents?
China.
Wrong, but it's in the same continent as China. No, it is Vietnam.
Oh wow.
Vietnam, the land of the blue dragon. The reason is this. This is the picture of Vietnam. One side of the country is facing the ocean, and the ocean usually colors blue. So it looks like a dragon, and the ocean color is blue, so it's a blue dragon. So I'm going to talk about Vietnam. I've visited Vietnam before, so I'm going to tell you the places that you should visit and do and those when you visit Vietnam. First off, the places. The first place that you should visit is Golden Bridge. Golden Bridge is a bridge that is special because they built two hands, like hands of Buddha, holding the bridge. The Golden Bridge is located at Bana Hills. At Bana Hills, there's a lot of stuff. Example, Golden Bridge. And there's a particular store that I want to visit but didn't have the chance to visit. It is Pop Mart. There's a Pop Mart in Bana Hills. They built it like inside of a castle. It's very pretty. And there's like a lot of culinary stuff in Bana Hills, and there's an amusement park there too. The second is Hoi An Night Market. Hoi An Night Market, it is the best night market that I've ever visited. It is very good. There's a lot of culinary stuff there, and there is the special thing is that it's in a lake between the market. So you could buy lanterns, make a wish, and put the lantern on the lake. It is very nice. And there's a lot of kayaking boats there too, and like grabbing a lantern for that you use in Chinese New Year, like these days, they get that put in the boat. It is very beautiful there. And next is Temu Pagoda. Temu Pagoda is very nice, but it's very hot because I visited at morning to noon. So in Temu Pagoda, you could pray there also, and you could take photos of the praying area. Next is tips and tricks you should do while visiting Vietnam. First off, you should always book a reservation and bring something and sandal because Vietnam is in the Southeast Asia side, so it is very hot, same like Indonesia. And then you bring sandal because if you wear shoes, your feet will be sweaty, and you could walk like this because your feet is very sweaty. And you should always book reservations because if you go there and then do it, like it will be very hard because there's a lot of places you should go, and don't bring a lot of stuff because you could because in Vietnam there's a lot of night markets there. You could buy clothes there, you could buy souvenirs and a lot of stuff more. And try avoiding clothes like you use in the winter, like jacket, hoodie. But you should bring hat also if you guys don't want to be black. So that's it for this. If you want to visit Vietnam, it's a very good place. There's a lot of culinary stuff there. There is a lot of tourists. It is not as futuristic as other countries, but the countryside in Vietnam is very nice. The scenery is very nice too. The ocean is very blue. If I rather go to Vietnam than other countries at Southeast Asia. Thanks for my speech. Thank you. Wow, thank you for amazing tips. Now let us one of our judges here to give feedback. Let us welcome Miss Angelica.
Okay, Ethan, good job on the way you share with us about Vietnam. And I'm actually impressed at how you transform your personal experience of traveling to that country into insightful tips for all of us. And in fact, I really love the way you start your speech. Instead of just saying these are the places we should visit in Vietnam, no, but you started with the land of the blue dragon. So just now, just from your title itself, Miss Davina even asked me, what is the title again? So that was a very captivating title. So good job on that. And after the blue dragon, you even asked us, do you know what country this represents? So I believe at that moment, you already take our heart with you. Okay, so good job. And on the way you built the slides, I also love it because it felt like a miniature by Ethan. I could imagine, oh, okay, so this place looks like this. Oh, the pagoda looks like this. So this is what I can expect when I go to Vietnam. I love it. Now, just small details for Ethan. Next time when you make slides, can we go to the first page of the blue dragon again? So if you notice, on your very first impression about the blue dragon, I could see that Canva logo. Okay, so if possible, next time pay attention to this. It might be a minor detail, but somehow it took my attention to that Canva logo. So try to find another blue dragon without the logo. Okay, and at the end of your speech, you also told us about in Vietnam we can also have enjoy some culinary, and then the ocean was also very blue. Considering that just now you still have time, you still have 1 to 2 minutes to explain more, you can actually add those things into what to do in Vietnam. So if it's the culinary, what is the food that I should order there? You can also show us the picture. And then when you say the ocean is very blue, can you show us how blue it is, how beautiful it is? And that will escalate your miniature for the audience. Okay, good job, Ethan. Congratulations.
That was easy.
Now, let's have a 1 minute silence so that our parents and audiences can give feedback to the speaker.
Our last speaker is someone from the class of Mandela. Let's welcome Shirley Muriel. Shirley, how important is the heart? How important is the heart, Shirley? Your time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The stage is yours. Good luck.
Good morning, everyone.
everyone. How are you today? Good. Today I'm going to talk about how important is the heart. What is heart? Heart is a muscular organ that pumps blood throughout your body. The heart has 4 chambers. First, left atrium. Left atrium receives clean blood from your lungs. Second, right atrium. Right atrium receives dirty blood from your body. Third, right ventricle. Right ventricle pumps dirty blood to your lungs. Fourth, left ventricle. Left ventricle pumps clean blood to your body. The heart has 3 functions. First, pump blood. Second, carry oxygen. Third, remove waste. Heart pumps blood throughout your body. Carry oxygen. Your heart carries clean blood to your body and brings back dirty blood to your lungs. Your heart also helps remove waste from carbon dioxide and other waste from your body. Heart diseases, heart attack, heart failure, high blood pressure. Your heart attack is caused by blood flow due to fatty deposit in arteries. Heart failure. Your heart is too weak to pump your blood properly. High blood pressure is because of excessive force due to blood against the artery walls. Now let me tell you about a story about Uncle Ray. Uncle Ray was the funniest guy in his family, but he never take care of his health. He always eat unhealthy food, never exercise, and always smoked. One day, he had a chest pain, but he ignored it. One night, he had a mild heart attack. He dropped his phone and touched his chest in giving painful expression. His family panicked and rushed him to the hospital. He was lying in the hospital bed. His doctor was checking his condition. The doctor told him that you need to change your lifestyle to a healthy lifestyle. He tried to, but he failed. He went back to his old habit. 2 years later, he had a second heart attack, but this time he didn't survive the heart attack. He dropped his phone and touched his chest, and his family panicked again and rushed him to the hospital. His doctor checked his condition again, and he announced his family that he passed away because of a heart attack. Now let me tell you tips to avoid heart diseases. First, eat healthy food like vegetables and fruit. Second, get enough sleep. Third, stay hydrated. 4, exercise. 5, don't smoke and don't drink alcohol. Fun facts about your heart. Your heart is the size of your fist. It beats around 100,000 times a day. Your heart pumps 5 liters of blood every minute. A woman's heart beats faster than men's heart. Laughter is good for your health because it reduces stress. The heart is the most hardworking muscle organs in your body. So this is why heart is so important, and you need to take care of your heart so you don't end like Uncle Ray. Thank you. Wow, what an inspiring speech. Now, let's call one of our judges to give some feedback. Let's welcome Miss Desina.
Thank
you very much. Hi, Sharon. How are you? And how important is the heart? You know, science is one of my most favorite subject when I was in school. Although it's 20 years ago. Okay. But then, talking about heart, it's not something that is easily memorized if you did it just within one day. And you did that very well without any sound or if everybody pays attention. So this is a very nice one. And being the last speaker means that you get more time to feel nervous and before coming up on the stage. And you did manage well, Charlie. I really appreciate on that. And the next is the slides itself. Although it's basic, but then you manage to not putting it such just like the science or biology teacher, full of wordings, because I have seen several slides like that. So you did well first. Second, you did your well in preparing by matching on what you are saying by having your ability to understand every single part of the class and what's it function for. So I guess for this one, you have been preparing way better for the whole speech itself. For the time, it's time, yeah, it's like 30 seconds to 5 minutes. And the thing is, what I would like to tell you is, you managed to use your hand gestures even better than the last time I saw you. So this is a thing to celebrate. Okay. The next thing is, when you want to share about, you share a story about Uncle Ray, right? Yeah. You can try to use a slightly different tone to describe Uncle Ray or for the moment when he did not care for his health and on the second heart attack that he cannot survive. You can put some quotes to emphasize how important it is to take care of our health. So play more on the vocal dynamics, okay? When you go to the lieutenant colonel. Because I personally believe when we practice and practice enough and apply every single feedback that we are given, we will be able to make it even better. And I like your eye contact right now because, well, the whole speech, I don't think that you are looking at me, or maybe the judges over here. So, two things to pay more attention when you go to the non level. The first one is forgot the names. The second one would be eye contact. Because when you are looking at the audience, it makes them feel appreciated. Because we are looking at you, and when you are looking at us, only for 1 second, and then you go back to another direction, that also makes us feel appreciated as the audience. And those are the two things you need to remember. And for Shelin, welcome to the Lieutenant Colonel. You can ring the bell and welcome.
That was easy.
Thank you very much. I believe the feedbacks are well received. Now let's have 1 minute silence so our dear trainees and parents, let's fill out the feedback form so that the speaker could improve more. So, congratulations to all participants of the stage 40. Now, before we invite all participants to come up to the stage to receive their pin and certificate, we would now like to invite Miss Gita to announce some special promotions.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Gita to the stage.
Selamat siang, teman-teman dari semuanya. Perkenalkan, nama saya Miss Gita, atau biasa kalau lewat sosial media bertemu dengan saya dengan Miss Topia. Di sini saya izin memberikan beberapa dan juga informasi, yaitu yang pertama bahwa pada hari ini, khusus pada hari ini kita ada promo buku, yaitu untuk nomor price-nya itu ada di 600.000, tapi khusus hari ini tadi 500.000 saja. Selanjutnya kita akan ada untuk scholarship program yang dimana akan dilaksanakan pada hari Minggu di tanggal 4 Mei 2025 dari jam 9 pagi sampai jam 5 sore yang akan berlangsung di Cemara Asri. Di mana untuk program ini fokusnya adalah untuk fokus diskusi group, untuk interview skill dalam bahasa Inggris, bagaimana membuat motivasi letter dan juga bagaimana kita beradaptasi di lingkungan yang baru. Di sini untuk normal price-nya itu ada di harga 2 juta dan khusus untuk training SMA 1 kita di harga 799.000 saja. Dan yang ketiga kita juga ada program Future Student, yaitu program holiday program yang dimana untuk kelas 1 sampai kelas 2 SD akan kita laksanakan pada tanggal 1 sampai 3 Juli, dimana akan dimulai pada jam 9 pagi sampai jam 12 siang, dimana akan dilaksanakan selama 3 hari berturut. Dan untuk kelas 3 sampai kelas 6 SD akan dilaksanakan pada tanggal 3 sampai 4 Juli pukul 9 sampai jam 5 sore. Dan untuk SMP dan SMA akan kita laksanakan pada tanggal 1 sampai 2 Juli dari jam 9 pagi sampai jam 5 sore. Dan ini juga bertempat di SMA Cemara Asri. Untuk promonya, untuk program untuk kelas 1 sampai kelas 2 SD, untuk normal price-nya kita ada di harga 2 juta, 1.999.000, dan khusus untuk training SMA 1 kita di harga 999.000 untuk 3 hari berturut. Dan untuk kelas 3 SMA sampai kelas 3 SD sampai 3 SMA, untuk normal price-nya kita ada di harga 3.499.000, dan khusus SMA 1 juga, training SMA 1 kita di harga 1.799.000 selama 2 hari. Dan kita juga ada promo paket hemat bertiga, dan itu limited slot untuk 5 grup saja, di mana untuk harga bertiga itu kita di harga 3.499.000. Sekian informasi dari saya. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Ms. Gita, for the announcement. Now, we invite all participants to come up to the stage, one by one. If your name is called, please come up to the stage to receive your pin.
Sergeant Cousin Simon.
Sergeant Serling Simon.
Sergeant Jacqueline Valerie Chen.
Lieutenant Colonel Adeline Joe.
Lieutenant Colonel Henri Lisman.
Lieutenant Colonel Ethan Aldrich Lee.
And Lieutenant Colonel Shirley Mirrell.
middle. Yes. You also hold this hand, your left hand. Your left hand. Yes. Okay.
1, 2.
Congratulations. Please stay for a moment. We're going to take pictures together. Charlie, please stay in the middle.
Next, I would like to welcome Miss Angelica to pass on the remaining.
Iya, tahu sih.
And everybody please stand on the stage.
We would like once again congratulate and also thank all of our trainees for your participation. Our judges won't stop giving us constructive feedback and also the audiences. Our dear parents and friends who come here to support us are those who are watching at YouTube Live.
We appreciate every moment we spent with you, and we will always remember this as our best memory. I'm Lieutenant Colonel Yamin.
And I'm Lieutenant Colonel Michaela.
Thank you and see you in the next event. Assalamualaikum, making you better you. We would like to invite all participants and judges to come to the stage so we can take photos together.
Remember to bring your certificate as well.
Okay. Go down. And participants step forward.
Michaela, can you present Miss Angelica?
Yes.
Present Miss Angelica.
So MC, you take photo of me holding your cue card. Okay. Miss Julie, Miss Aubrey,
left again. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2.
Congratulations for all of the participants and well done for both times.
Wait, first we're gonna do making you better you.
Let's start together. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna say SML1.
Who's gonna
Ready?
say
Michaela?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Michaela ya. Okay, let's try it ya.
As someone
Making you better you.
Okay, let's try it.
as someone
No, yeah, no, wait.